Alright, so welcome back to another video where I'm going to be showing you the easiest way to scale your agency to six figures. And I think it's super important that you get clarity and understanding of the path on how to get to six figures with your agency before you actually start getting clients. Because if you don't have the clarity on the exact steps in which you're going to take to get to that number, then it can be super confusing and your agency just becomes a shit show where everything's a complete mess. You're signing one type of client, then another type of client, then you're going on like a rev share deal, then it's just a retainer, and the whole business becomes a fuck show and you don't know what you're doing. And before you know it, you're 12 months in, you can't scale past 3K a month, and you're crying, complaining that the agency model doesn't work. Well, in fact, you just don't have the right plan. So that's what I'm going to show you in this video. And I know what you may be thinking. Well, Sam, why should I listen to you? You have less than 1,000 subscribers. We've got Iman Gaji. We've got the Joel Kaplans of the world. We've got the friggin' Ty Lopez's. Why are we going to listen to you? Where's your AP? Where's your Rolex? Why does it look like you film your YouTube videos in an underground basement where you're being held hostage? Well, the answer to that is, I'm just cooler, obviously, and I'm more jacked. So there's in fact two ways in which you can scale your agency. And these are the only two ways in which I've seen people be able to go to 6 and 7 figures, right? So there's two options you've got. You can go for volume and you can go for quality. And this is in reference to the client base, not the girls that you hang out with on the weekend. So we have got volume, where it's essentially a model of how can we sign as many clients as possible and can continue to serve that amount of clients at a scalable rate. So that's option number one. Then you've got option number two, which is quality. And it focuses on earning more per client and working with less clients, even sometimes a handful of clients, but getting a bigger piece of the pie. So you can essentially work with less clients, but charge more money. Now you may think that sounds really friggin' sexy, right? Less clients, less work, more money. And it can be, but it can also be an absolute friggin' nightmare, which I'm going to explain in a second. So volume is a really great option if you can productize your delivery. And what I mean by productize is every time that you bring on a new client, the fulfillment is essentially the same. So the easiest example to use for this is if you're helping like a local business doing Facebook ads or TikTok ads for lead gen. And let's just use Facebook ads because that's the one I'm most familiar with. And the way people scale this type of agency is because every time they bring on, say, a dentist, for example, they help that dentist get customers in their particular service area, whether that be a town, a city, a postcode. So they can actually use the same ads for each client, but you just switch up the information, right? You just switch up the town or the city that you are talking to. So a lot of the ad campaigns can be pretty much copy and paste. So there's not that much variability between one client and the next. And because of this, it's easier to onboard a client, manage the client, and get results for the client. And a lot of the time, you can have one team member, it doesn't even have to be you. One team member can manage anywhere between 5, 10, even up to 15 clients' ad accounts using this model, because the ad spend isn't that high for a local business and the ads are all pretty much the same. And you're not really doing anything else for them either. Yes, you are running and managing the ads, and you might maybe build them a opt-in page that they can use with the ads, and you may give them a follow-up sales sequence that they can use in the Go High level account. But for the most part, you are just setting up that system, and then you are just running ads to it every single day at a modest budget. Now, what you don't want to do, and this is a big problem that a lot of people run into, is you don't want to try and productize your offer if there is a lot of variability between the client base. So for example, one of the mistakes that I ran into in the early days was that for some of the clients, I was just running Facebook ads. Then for the next client, I was running their Facebook ads, but I was also building them a sales funnel. And then for the next client, I was also writing them a VSL script. And then for the next client, I was running ads and building the funnel, but it was a different type of funnel. It wasn't a VSL funnel, it was a product launch funnel. And every frigging client that I bring on board, there was different deliverables. Nothing was the same. And what I did at this point, I would spend maybe like a couple of weeks building out SOPs and hey, this is the way we do this for the client, the ads, the funnels. But then the next client we would bring on board, they would do something completely different. So the SOPs were just a complete waste of time because every client was different and they needed a tailored and customized approach. And guess what? I was stressed out to fuck. I mean, I don't know what this is, but this is probably like an example of what my brain looked like at the time, right? Because every single time we bring on a new client, it was something different. My mind would blow up. The employees that were at the agency, they had to learn something new. And it took a lot of time and effort to actually onboard, launch, and get results for that client. So if you're going for the volume game, this is the quickest way to burn out and start hating your agency. And that brings me on the next point of quality. So what do I mean by quality? Quality is essentially how much money the client brings you per month. So the quality of the client will mean that you will earn more money off that client. So realistically, for local lead gen, for the agencies that I know who do this, they're charging anywhere between 1 to 3K a month per client. So let's say you just want to start off and you want to earn 6 figures per year with your agency. Well, if you're charging 2K a month for each of these clients, then you probably obviously need around 4 to 5 clients to hit these 6 figures per year mark. Now, if you want to do that in profit, then you need to account for obviously your staff and your margins. So you probably need maybe around 7/8 clients to get to the 6 figures per year. Now, for a lot of you, you might not even be satisfied at 6 figures per year and you want to do more than that. You want to do 15K a month, 20K a month, 50K a month, even 100K a month. For a lot of the agencies that I see are hitting the 100K plus per month mark, they have gone through the volume model and then they basically just service anywhere between like 30 to 50 clients. And again, this is a fuck show if each client comes on board and requires something different. The only way that this works over a prolonged period of time without you losing your mind and going crazy and shutting down the business is if every single client you bring on board has the exact same process. And in most cases, even the ads that you're running for them are literally just copy and paste. This is pretty much the only sustainable way to do it with the volume model. Back to quality. Obviously, we're not going to be charging the quality clients 2K plus per month. The quality clients, you can charge anywhere between, I would say on the low end, 5K per month, even up to like 15K per month. I think the most we've charged a client at our agency in a single month was just over $14,000. If you want to know how we do that, I have another channel on the video. I have another video on the channel explaining how we were able to charge our client 14K per month and still work with them over a year later. We didn't charge them a big invoice and then they left. We charged them a big invoice and they were excited to keep working with us. So if you want to know how I did that, go and check out that other video. But anyway, looking at the quality, this is what quality is. So you have less clients, but you charge them more money. If you want to be able to do this consistently and keep your clients for a prolonged period of time, then you can't just run Facebook ads for them, right? There's very, very rare that you can just offer one single service like advertising and charge someone 15K a month and keep them as a client. Because the key with the quality clients is because every client is potentially different and it's custom, you don't want to be bringing on new clients every month. With the volume model, if one of these 50 clients leaves, then you know what? Fuck them. They only account to about 1% of your income and you can probably find someone else very, very quickly and they're going to need the exact same as all your other clients, so you can just onboard them very quickly. With the quality clients, you don't want to lose them. Now, if you're charging someone 10K per month just to run Facebook ads, in about 3 to 6 months time of you them paying you that every single month, they are going to go and find someone who is cheaper, Even if they're not as good, I guarantee it that we'll go and find someone cheaper. The reason why people are going to stick around with you if you charge them 15K per month is where you actually offer multiple different services that are custom to the client. So for our agency, for example, for this client that we charge 14K, we've done the ads, the funnel build, the email marketing. We've done different types of launches, from a product launch, a webinar, low ticket stuff, Black Friday sales, etc., etc. We're pretty much the in-house marketing team, but we are just an external agency. And that's the key to retention, because they know, okay, maybe they don't like paying 15K a month to a service provider, but they know that they can't find anyone out there who will help them as much as you do, because you don't just help them with ads, you help them with absolutely everything. And it's very difficult to find a quality full stack service provider who can do lots of different things. Now, if you just want to hit 6 figures a year with your agency, then you could literally do this with 1 to 2 clients. If you're charging around 5K per month to begin with, then you can only need a couple of clients to be making 6 figures a year. And if you want to scale that up and do 40, 50K a month or 100K a month, then maybe you could have around 10 clients doing those types of numbers. So it doesn't really require a huge client base. And again, the goal with this type of business is where you can keep a client base of around 5 to 10 of these quality clients, and they don't really churn. They don't really leave you. So you don't really have to focus on client acquisition as much, because these clients are going to stay with you for a long period of time. So you're probably asking the question right now, well, which one do I choose? And like I said, it's important that when you start out on your agency journey, that you understand which path you are on, and then you stick to the plan. The worst thing you can do is start bouncing around between the 2 different paths and start signing some clients that are quality, some clients that are just kind of like the low ticket volume clients, because then again, your business is just going to become a mess. So here's my advice. If you are starting an agency just to earn money, and don't get me wrong, every agency owner starts an agency to earn money, but if the only reason you're picking an agency is because you've heard that it's a great way to earn money, then go with the volume clients. And I'll explain why in a second. If you have some form of skill that you are looking to start an agency around, so let's just say you are a video editor, or you are already a media buyer, or you are a copywriter, and you have a skill, and now you feel like it's the right time for you to start an agency, then go with the volume. Because with the volume, it requires less for you to have the individual skill. Because say, for example, you're doing local lead gen, it's not actually that hard to get your clients results. You don't have to be the best advertiser. You don't have to be the best marketer. You don't have to be the best copywriter. You just need to be able to sign clients and build systems. So the success of a volume agency comes down to prospecting, sales, and then setting up the systems in the back end so your team can run the client fulfillment for you. So if you are just in the agency game to make money and not because you have some form of skill, then choose volume, because that's pretty much the easiest way for you to do that, because it doesn't rely on you having to learn a marketing skill and then also learn sales. With the volume game, if you're just in it for money, all you have to do really is learn sales and a bit of systems and a bit of team management. So it's easier for you to go on that path. And you're not going to be spending any of your time doing any of the marketing. You're just going to be doing sales and team management. Now, if you have a skill that you want to help businesses with, so for example, when I started my agency and signing clients, I had already been running ads for like 3 to 4 years with Facebook. I'd already worked for a couple of different coaching and education companies. So I was very much in that niche, and I had a skill that I could help businesses with. So I went eventually, after I did all the mistakes, I went with the quality agency. And that's what I would advise if you also have that skill, because it relies less on you spending all of your day doing sales and signing new clients. And it allows you to still spend a lot of your day doing that skill that you are good at and what I would assume you enjoy. So for example, for my agency, I'm still fairly involved with the client fulfillment. Yes, we have team members who, write the copy, ads, build the funnels, etc., etc. But I'm still helping with the strategy. I'm still writing copy in some instances. I'm still running some different ad campaigns for our clients. So I'm still involved in the day-to-day of the client fulfillment, and that's good for me because that's what I enjoy and that's what I'm best at. But again, that quality agency model wouldn't work if I wasn't good at marketing. If I sucked at marketing, then I don't want to spend all day marketing because I wouldn't get my clients good results. They would leave after a couple of months, and then I would have to spend my time trying to constantly replenish the client base and sign more clients. And it's harder to do that if you're trying to sign clients who pay you 5 to 15K per month. With the lower volume clients, it's easy to replace them because you're only charging them 1 to 2K per month. So that's it. Those are the two paths that you can choose to get to 6 figures per month for your agency. And like I said, please, for the love of God, pick one path before you start and then commit to doing that path. You don't want to get mixed up between the two like I did, because like I said, it was a fuck show. It makes you hate the agency business model and it stops you from earning the money you want. So if you enjoyed the video, do us a favor, like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.